Already on against the backdrop of these comments, we've heard from some presidential contenders and aspirants. We've heard from the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, who has essentially looked at the president's statement and has said, look, I have built very successful organizations on the backs of the very talented and able Nigerian youths. So clearly there are political ramifications for this. Can you speak to that a little bit? And do you think that the president has brought his party under threat as a result of his comments?
Not at all. I mean, from what you just said, you don't expect anything less from a presidential aspirant like Atiku, who has always wanted to be the president of Nigeria for whatever reasons he knows best. But I mean, we tend to let things that shouldn't bother us in this country a whole lot. Like I said earlier, in this same forum, the president talked about an investment of $15 billion, which is approximately 5 trillion naira. What I expect from the Nigerian youth is to think about how this can impact on them and how they can get involved and see how they can get themselves placed from an investment like this. But unfortunately, what took center stage from after the forum was the president said the Nigerian youth is lazy and all of that. But we are in an electioneering year, like he said, and more of these kind of things will always play up. But good thing is we know where we stand and how we are going to go about things like this.
Mr. Alake, you lead many youths. And as a result, I want to ask you, what is your message now to young people, not just within your organization, but around the country listening, concerning what their reaction should be to these comments? Do you see it in any way as a challenge to be more than what the president painted them to be?
My advice, or what I want to put out to the youth at this time, is that they should go out and seek for opportunities to exert themselves. Because if we are waiting for opportunities to be presented to us on a platter of gold, it may never come. We have people that are 80 and above still in the parliament. We have people that are somebody that is 80 and above that is still a minister. And for me, I think the country is being unfair to him. So I would advise the youth to ensure that they don't make themselves available for use by politicians. I'm indeed worried about the country. I mean, if the president make a statement like this, and then the entire social media and the media is awash with condemnation, castigation, and all of that, I don't think it's the direction to go. I'm not holding brief for him. I have made my position clear on that statement and just the statement alone, But youth should be able to do analysis. When a statement is made, where is the statement coming from? When people now start making reactions, where are these reactions coming from? What are the basis of this reaction? Somebody wants to take over your seat, he doesn't say anything good about you. So, but the moment, they jump on issues and then they start making comments. Youth should not behave like that. If people are saying that we have not come of age, we can't lead, we should not go to buttress their point by behaving as such.
You're gonna be able to conclude your thoughts in a moment. We unfortunately have to take a very short break. We will be back in a moment. Our viewers, do stay with us. Welcome back to Sunrise Daily. We've been discussing the comments made by President Muhammadu Buhari in London And standing by with us is Mr. Wale Alake, Director of Planning and Strategy for the Yoruba Youth Congress, and Mr. Andrew Abu, a member of the ruling All Progressives Congress. Mr. Alake, you were finishing your thought. Go ahead, please.
Yes, I was going to finish on this note that the youth should massively come into politics. And then they should start exacting themselves. They should start bringing up their potentials. You don't just stay on the social media or in your houses and expect that things will happen. They should come out. We have the number, and then we have the brains. And for those that are fortunate to have leaders, models that you think you love, stay behind them and be able to get a little mentorship, be able to learn stuffs, so that by the time you are given the opportunity to lead, you don't mess it up and give the opportunity for the elders to say, yes, the youths are not, they've not come off, or they haven't come of age. So that's my basic advice. And then the youth should not be quick to make judgments, not on this statement alone, on every issue of national discourse. It is not sufficient for you to just say something. What you are saying, has it been properly investigated? Has it been properly analyzed? Are you sure of it? Are you certain about what you are saying? And then don't join bandwagons. Don't just start talking because that's the win. Don't go to a drinking bar and get an information and then you move. Find out about stuff so that when you talk intelligently. Then you give us a face as youths.
Mr. Abu, as a member of the ruling party, what now needs to be done on the part of your party ahead of the next election to give confidence to the Nigerian youths that they have a role, not just within the affairs of your party and within the affairs of government, but in the future of the country?
Okay, yeah. First of all, I need to say this, that the Nigerian youth or the young people in Nigeria need to be more strategic in their thinking and way of doing things. Because the truth is, if a reasonable number of people had watched or seen the video clip, I'm sure we won't even be in the studio having this conversation, you know. But I think overall, we need to have youth that are more focused and more strategic in doing things. And this goes out to every young Nigerian in the country who really wants the progress of this country. We can't keep jumping on bandwagon like Wally said earlier. We can't keep doing that.
Well, I think that's a very fine place to leave this conversation. It's been a good one. With us has been Mr. Andrew Abu, a member of the ruling All Progressives Congress, and Mr. Wale Alake, Director of Planning and Strategy for the Yoruba Youth Congress. And we just thank you, gentlemen, for coming on the program and sharing your insights this morning.
Thank you
very much.
So that's where we take our leave. I wish everybody a wonderful weekend. I am Ajuri Ngilale.
Well, thank you all for watching. We'll see you next week. I'm Chamberlain Uso.
I'm Gimba Umar.
Neo Tagbe. Bye-bye.
The views and opinions expressed by guests on this program are those of the maker and do not necessarily reflect the views, opinions, and endorsement of Channels Television.